Welcome to your science class, my dear children. In the previous class, you learnt about the chapter teeth. In today's class, you will learn an interesting topic in science, that is the digestive system and the excretory system. We eat food. Why do we eat food, children? We eat food to get nutrients. Which are the different nutrients we get from food? They are carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals. Is our body able to absorb all these nutrients? No, our body is not able to absorb all these nutrients. Carbohydrates, fats and proteins are broken down into simpler substances and then it is absorbed by our body. How these nutrients are absorbed, you will learn in today's class. That is by the process of digestion. Then what is digestion? Let us see. The process of breaking down food into simpler substances is called digestion. Food that we eat is broken down into fine particles with the help of teeth, and then this food is broken down into simpler substances. This process is called digestion. For this process to take place, there are many organs involved. Many organs work together to carry out the process of digestion and provide nutrients to the body. The digestive system consists of different organs. They are mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. All these organs are involved in the process of digestion. Organs such as liver and pancreas secrete juices that help in breaking down food during digestion. There are organs, they are liver and pancreas, they secrete juice which help in the process of digestion or breaking down food into simpler substances. Liver secretes bile juice and pancreas secrete pancreatic juice which help in the process of digestion. In this picture here you can see the liver and here the pancreas. These secrete juices. You will learn about all the organs which are involved in the process of digestion. The first one is mouth. Mouth is the first part of the digestive system. The food that we eat is broken down into smaller particles with the help of teeth. You have learnt about it in the chapter teeth. Food is chewed well with the help of teeth and broken down into smaller particles. Here in this short video you can observe how the food is broken down into smaller particles with the help of teeth. These particles get mixed with the saliva. There is saliva inside the mouth. The food particles get mixed with the saliva. How saliva is secreted inside the mouth? Saliva is secreted by the salivary glands. Saliva contains 97 to 99.5% of water. Saliva. How saliva helps to break down the food? It makes the food soft and keeps our mouth moist. How tongue helps us? The tongue is a fleshy organ in the mouth that helps in moving food in different directions. Here in this short video, you can see how the tongue functions. It moves the food in different directions. It also helps in mixing food with saliva and in swallowing it. The tongue pushes the food into the esophagus or the food pipe. Esophagus, or commonly known as food pipe. Once the food enters the esophagus, or commonly known as food pipe, the muscles in the walls of esophagus move in a wave-like manner. Here in this short video, you can observe how the food is moving down in the food pipe or the esophagus. And slowly squeeze the food down the food pipe till it reaches the stomach. Here you can see how the food is moving down in the food pipe, or it is squeezed down in the food pipe till it reaches the stomach. Next is the stomach. The stomach is attached to the end of the food pipe. You saw how the food enters the stomach. Here in this picture you can see stomach is attached to the end of the food pipe. How is the shape of the stomach? It is a J-shaped sac located in the upper abdomen. It is located in the upper abdomen or the belly. It is an elastic organ that stores and digests the food we eat. It stores the food and also digests. Here you can see the food entering the stomach. How are the walls of the stomach? The walls of the stomach are made up of thick muscles. Here you can see the walls of the stomach. They are made up of thick muscles. How do these muscles help in breaking down the food? These muscles break and churn the food and convert it into a thick fluid-like substance. What happens inside the stomach? The inner layer of the stomach releases different types of juices. They are gastric juices, mucus and hydrochloric acid. All these juices function differently. Gastric juices help in the digestion of proteins. Mucus is a soft and slippery substance that protects the inner walls of the stomach. Mucus protects the inner walls of the stomach. Hydrochloric acid. What is the function of hydrochloric acid? It is a liquid that helps in breaking down food into simpler substances. All these juices have specific function. What happens when there is excess production of hydrochloric acid? When excessive hydrochloric acid is produced, we feel a burning sensation in our stomach, which is called acidity. You all might have experienced this. That is, when your stomach is empty, this acid is produced and there is a burning sensation in our stomach. This is called acidity. The partially digested food in the stomach is now in a form of thick fluid-like substance. Then it enters the intestine and complete digestion of food takes place. The first one is small intestine. How is the small intestine? The small intestine is long and coiled. Here you can see the small intestine. It is long and it is coiled. The small intestine receives secretions from the liver and the pancreas. The liver secretes bile juice and the pancreas secrete pancreatic juice. The walls of the small intestine also secretes some of the juices help in digestion of food. When the partially digested food reaches the lower part of the small intestine, it is broken down further by the intestinal juices. The intestinal juices help the partially digested food to be digested completely. The nutrients from the food are absorbed by the inner lining of the small intestine. Here you can observe how the nutrients are absorbed by the inner lining of the small intestine. Observe in this short video how the food is broken down in the small intestine and how the nutrients are absorbed by the inner lining of the small intestine. These nutrients are then carried by the blood to the different cells of our body. What about the undigested food? The undigested food is then passed on to the large intestine. Large intestine. How is the large intestine? Is it as same as the small intestine? No, it is not. The large intestine is wider and shorter than the small intestine. Here in this picture, you can observe the large intestine. It is wider and shorter than the small intestine. What happens in the large intestine? When the undigested food reaches the large intestine, water and some salts are absorbed from it. The remaining unwanted matter is then passed on to the rectum. Here in this picture you can observe the large intestine. It is wider and shorter, and in the second picture you can see where exactly it is located. Next is rectum and anus. What happens in rectum? When the undigested food reaches the rectum, rectum acts as a storage organ for waste materials before defecation. Before defecating the waste materials from our body, it is stored in rectum. Here you can see where exactly is rectum. This is rectum. It stores the waste materials before defecating. The waste of feces collected in the rectum puts pressure on the walls of the rectum, thereby allowing bowel movement through the anus. Here, this is the anus. To have clean and healthy body, we must have regular bowel movement. However, very frequent bowel movement can be a sign of diarrhea. Irregular bowel movement, on the other hand, is a sign of constipation. The excretory system. In excretory system, you will learn about the organs and their functions. What do you mean by excretory system or excretion? The waste materials of our body, such as excess salt and water, are removed either through the kidneys or the skin. Here in this picture you can see how the waste is removed through the kidneys and here the skin. This is our skin. Then what do you mean by excretion? The process of removing waste from the body is called excretion. Removing waste from our body is called excretion. This process involves various steps. You will learn about them. Skin acts as an excretory organ. How skin acts as an excretory organ? It has many small pores on its surface. You can observe your skin. You can see tiny pores on your skin. Through this, excretion takes place. That is, excess of water or salt is removed from the skin. Excess salt and water from the body is released through these pores in the form of sweat. You might have experienced, if you go for a walk on a sunny day, you will experience sweating. This is removal of excess salt and water from our body through the small pores in the skin. How do you think sweat helps us? Sweat helps in bringing down the body temperature and hence keeps the body cool. By sweating, our body temperature becomes less, or it brings down the body temperature and keeps our body cool. Here in this picture you can see skin and small pores on the surface of the skin. The excretion takes place through the excretory system. The excretory system consists of various organs. Which are those organs? Let us see. The excretory system consists of a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, urinary bladder and urethra. These are the different organs. You will learn about each organ and its function. Kidneys. What are kidneys? Kidneys are bean-shaped organs that filter out waste products from the blood to form urine. What do? They filter out waste products from the blood to form urine. This is the function of kidneys. Here in this picture you can see how is the kidney. It filters out waste products from the blood to form the urine. Which is the next organ? It is ureters. Ureters are a pair of muscular tubes that carry the urine from the kidneys to the urinary bladder. Here in this short video you can observe how these muscular tubes carry the urine from the kidneys to the urinary bladder. Next organ is the urinary bladder. Urinary bladder is a hollow muscular organ that stores the urine. You can see here, this is the urinary bladder. It stores the urine in it. When our urinary bladder is full, we feel the urge to urinate. Here in this picture, you can see where exactly is the urinary bladder is located. This is the urinary bladder that stores the urine in it. Next is the urethra. What is urethra? Urethra is a tube that is connected to the urinary bladder. Here you can see this is urethra that is connected to the urinary bladder. We expel the urine from the body through the urethra. The urine from the urinary bladder is removed through the urethra, or it is expelled from our body through the urethra. These are the different organs involved in the process of excretion, or the excretory system consists of these organs: a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, urinary bladder and urethra. These are the organs involved in the process of excretion.